got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Hey Tony, drop that what bass?
I bet. Dr. Dre in the place to be. Co-rockin' shit with my homeboy Steve. After Roadium, get stupid some. Yo, don't think that you can get none of Dre. The motherfucking doctor, the bitch hopper, the sucker motherfucking stopper. I'm fucked up, so don't mind what I'm saying. I'm just kicking it with Steve, Tony, A, and Susan. Yo, we be choosing dope shit to put in a mix. Know what I'm saying? We kick shit like and that's a fact. And if your shit ain't in a mix, you know it's whack. And that ain't no bullshit. I'm kicking facts on a serious tip. Word up, Dr. Dre's in full effect doing serious damage, boy.
Tony A! Tony A! When you're ready, go.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 118, and I am your host, Tony A. the Wizard. So before I introduce my very special guest, let me go ahead and give a couple of announcements. Once again, for those of you that are interested in buying an ad, you can contact us at DOCUMIXERY/forward-ads for more information. If you got an album, if you have merch, if you got restaurants, whatever you're selling, whatever you're trying to promote, you can buy an ad and we'll play it during the break on Roadium Radio podcast here on Roadium Radio. So you could buy up to one ad. It could be a slideshow. It could be a flyer. It could be a video. But for more details, go to DOCUMIXERY/ads. Other than that, you could buy up to, once again, one ad, 2 weeks worth or a month's worth. And our page, Roadium Radio, actually gets about 500,000 views every month. Every episode averages at least about 10,000 views. So on one episode, even if you just bought one ad, you're going to get about 10,000 views. So that's all I'm saying. It'll help your business. It'll help your album. It'll help your merch. So other than that, once again, if you want to go and buy some merch, we got shirts, hats, beanies, you name it. You can go to DOCUMIXERY.com, DOCUMIXERY.com. And for those of you that are interested on the CDs, the hard copies, we still have a few left, okay? People have been asking me for the Blu-ray on the DOCUMIXERY. That will be out soon, hopefully. It all depends on that company due to the COVID pandemic that's going on. But without further ado, please allow me to introduce my very special guest for today, Gloria Sol, formerly known as Glow.
Yep.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm glad you can make it. I see. What is it that you're drinking there?
Oh, I thought we were talking about my Tupac. We're El Chingon.
El
Chingon beer. Yeah, it's an IPA beer.
Is that like a new one or no?
You know what? We just be trying some different type of IPAs.
Is it pretty
IPAs,
good?
There's a boom on IPA beers. I like them.
Okay.
They're different.
Okay, now tell us about your shirt then.
So, Tupac. Come on, what's best, right? Tupac.
Yes,
so that's that.
El Chingon. Now, Chingon, isn't that George Lopez or no?
El Chingon, well, that's what he goes by, you know, El Chingon.
Okay.
I don't know if this beer is, it would be
related
a good idea. I have no idea. That would be dope, right?
Right.
Good idea.
That'll work. Okay. I know it's Wednesday, but let's go back to Friday. How was your weekend? How did you spend it?
Oh, I chilling with my moms and kids. Yep.
Beer drinking, watching movies or what?
No, pretty much chilled because COVID, we're following suit a little bit. Being a little safe. And I was at the studio, so that was that.
Are you obeying the curfew?
Hell nah. Well, yeah, I stayed at the studio till maybe 10 in the morning.
Okay. You know what's funny? I don't know why they expect me to be home by 10. I didn't even listen to my mom when she told me to be home by 10. So
exactly. But what I heard that rule does not apply for us that make music, movies. So anybody from the entertainment business, it doesn't apply. So as long as you show hey, this is what I was doing, and they're not gonna. You know what?
Right.
They're not gonna stop us over that.
Right.
I don't think so. It'll be kind of crazy.
I don't think it stopped any Mexican family from gathering together during Thanksgiving.
I agree with that.
I mean, what was his ass saying that it had to be 2 or 3 at a table? Who does that?
No, not us. Not Mexicans.
Yeah.
So we are totally not following that rule.
So you just pretty much just chill, tranquila, and at the studio.
That's
okay. Now, I usually like to ask people, you seen anything good lately on TV, whether it's a movie, whether it's a sitcom, whether it's whatever?
I don't watch TV.
Really? A lot of people tell me that.
No joke. I don't watch TV. I stay away from the television. It's been a minute already. I think I'm mostly either doing research, anything that comes to mind,
Okay.
you know, or listening to the songs that we did the night prior to, you know,
Okay.
at the studio. But I try to stay away from TV.
Okay.
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So I take you like television, right?
Yeah, I like to watch a lot of movies. Like last night, I started watching, I like the James Brown movie, the Get On Up.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that
Watch
movie,
that
pero se acabó. So I started watching Jumanji.
I like Jumanji.
Yes. Now, you're talking about the Robin Williams one?
I like both of them. I like
Okay.
the new one, and then I like the old one too.
Yeah.
So
It's hard for me to watch the new one because I'm such a fan of Robin Williams that I want to stay faithful. So-
that's what it is. You kind of feel kind of crazy.
Yeah. If you have one, what is one of your favorite Robin Williams movies?
I think Mrs. Doubtfire.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
Okay.
I love that one.
Okay, I'm gonna name one, and I know you're gonna like it. At least I believe you will. Hook.
I think I like that one too. I think he was dope, you know. I think as a person, his energy, you know, as an actor, I think he was pretty dope. You know,
Really?
and he really radiated that light to
Right.
his movies, his work, and the type of person he was. So I think a lot of people, we can agree on that.
And he killed Aladdin.
That part.
So
That was the best part, right?
yes. Okay, now let me ask you this: sports. Are you a sports girl?
I like boxing. I like MMA. I like basketball, and I like baseball.
Okay.
Football.
Favorite baseball team?
Dodgers.
Dodgers. That's a
Come
given.
on, man. Like, why do you even ask? I feel a little offensive right now. Like, why are you questioning me with that?
I had a guy here from LA that told me he was Angels fan. So
I know. I actually have a former friend that, you know, they're like Angels. The former, does that tell
Okay.
a lot
Right.
on why? Yeah, I love you. They were Angels.
Okay,
fans.
then maybe I shouldn't ask basketball team.
Come on, Lakers.
Dispenser.
You
I'm
know?
just asking. Okay. What else? Okay, you said not a football fan. You just didn't like.
You know what it is that I'll sit and watch. I'll go to games and watch, you know, go to bars, watch the games. But I just chose, and I always said this: if we get a LA team, I'll definitely, you know, I don't know. I don't.
You just can't follow Chargers and Rams, huh?
It's not that. It's just, I don't know. I don't think I want to be categorized.
All right.
So,
Fair
you know,
enough.
yeah.
You like boxing better or
love-
MMA?
Oof.
If you had to choose.
That's a hard one. I'm gonna say boxing. I grew up with boxing.
Grew up
You know, Chavez and
Of course.
So I grew up with that. Sitting
Yeah.
there watching the fights. You know,
Did you watch the Roy Jones Mike Tyson fight?
I did not watch that one.
Okay.
That one. What was I doing? I think we were at the studio. I was somewhere that I couldn't. My mom just had surgery, so I've been home taking care of her. So I haven't been able to do much of, like, you know. But I heard about it.
It was actually pretty good. I made a joke that they looked like two tios fighting at a carne asada.
La carne asada with the beer.
Yeah, but they actually did pretty good, even though I thought Tyson did enough to win, you know, but they gave it a draw.
Yeah,
you know.
I love the memes though.
Yeah,
The memes are like the best.
yes. I'm a meme guy. Actually, a meme historian.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just take the.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's on my bio right there. So,
Dope.
so okay. So now, other than that, where originally are you from? Where did you grow up at?
South Central.
South Central.
South Central.
Really?
So
like
I was
where
born-
about?
I was born in USC, right?
Uh-huh.
And then we kind of moved to, when I was like 6, 7, we moved to the Valley for a little bit, and then came back. So we moved in the jungles.
Okay.
That's where we were at. I went to Audubon.
So you grew up in the hood?
Hood. And then we just South Central. Like I was on 76 and Hoover, Normandy and, you know, Century, you know, all that.
You said 76 and Hoover.
Yeah, I've been all over. I've been all over South Central. So
that's cool.
Different areas.
I got a lot of friends that live in South Central.
You know, 60s hood. I lived in the Bloods hood. You know, so I've been all over South Central. So
okay. Now, are you a college fan? USC, UCLA?
USC. I was come on.
I have to ask.
Yes, USC.
I mean, we got 2 football teams here, but I'm a Cowboys fan.
Okay, yeah.
But I'm a Dodgers, Lakers.
Dope. LA.
Yes, those 2 are my team. I'll back up like the ¿cómo se llama? The hockey team, the Kings.
Right. Oh yeah, the Kings.
I'll back them up. But my football team is the Cowboys, and my college team is Notre Dame.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, most of it you back us up, right?
Yes.
Cool. It's
So
cool. Half and half. Oh.
Growing up in a Mexican home.
Yeah.
What type of music would you say you were raised with? Like, what would your mother play? Your dad play? Would they play the same? Did they play different?
Oh man, no. Well, my dad wasn't in the home, unfortunately. You know, he was a runaway. But my mom, it was all like Juan Gabriel, Los Bukis, Los Jonix, Terricolas. You know, so every time I hear that music, and I hear it often, you know, because I feel like it's just that comfort that I get. Okay. You know, she's cleaning the house. The last time we were cleaning the house, she had us cleaning the house, and you know, surgery with her leg all up, whatnot, and we have that music on, and so she has us, tú limpia esto, tú limpia lo otro, you know, telling us how to do this, you know, with that music, and so it was, you know, Juan Gabriel, so it was always that music, you know, and it's crazy because she I don't think she ever played like mariachi and norteño or anything like that. It was mostly that 70s old school music.
That's dope. Dope. So you grew up watching novelas?
Yeah, Rosa Salvaje, you know, all that. Yeah, I watched it. She had me sitting there.
you know what a lot of people don't realize is that, okay, I'm older, but growing up, we only had one TV. And my mom would have the damn novelas, and I'm like...
That was us.
¿Ya le puedo cambiar, por favor? No.
You wanted to watch what?
Tom and Jerry, anything. You know, Scooby.
What was it? Yeah, that was our shows.
I was like, shit. Pero, yeah, just
yeah,
novelas.
We weren't allowed either. It was just her, the big wooden TV with the clack, clack, clack. Yes. You know, the click clacks.
When I was the remote control, cámbiale.
we didn't have remote controls. It was like, cámbiale, you're right.
That's
you're
what
right.
It was. So you grew up majority Spanish music. And
Spanish music.
You come from a big family, a lot of brothers and sisters?
Well, it's 2 older brothers. It would beat the shit out of me. Can I cuss? Yeah.
Yeah. You can say whatever you want.
Clear that. He used to, you know, whip my ass. And but as far as like tias and tios, huge family. I mean, my tia had 12 children. But other than that, it was just us, you know. But we would go to Mexico every 2-3 months.
Okay, what part of Mexico would that be?
Well, originally my mom's from Michoacan.
Okay.
And so, but they came to Mexicali.
Okay.
And so we used to go there. It's like 4 or 5 hours every 2-3 months. We would do that trip. She had a house out there. You know, we'd take off. And
that's cool.
All the primos and primas and all that. So.
Do you ever remember going to TJ when the roads used to be all fucking dirt?
Yeah. Actually, let me just say that. So my mom's in La Calle 5 out there in Mexico. Her road was dirt until like 4 months ago.
For real?
No joke. They even told her, they were like, mire, doña Gloria, usted viene para acá y nomás viene y ya le ponen el piso, you know, like the road. And she starts laughing because it's true.
Yeah.
We had dirt road until recently, like 4 or 5 months. We now have pavement and it's pretty smooth.
When I was a kid, we used to go in la camioneta, you know, the station wagon, with all the fucking kids in the back, and it was always like...
It was always a bump, yeah. And your whole shocks and everything would get all fucked up on the car.
Yes, it was all dirt roads.
I know exactly what you're saying.
But like now you go today and it's all like Americanized. It's a trip.
Now it is.
Yeah.
It's nice, actually. Yes. You know, the roads are pretty smooth. I go out there and I come here and I'm feeling these bumps out here on the freeway like, hold the fuck up. Where are we? They're taxing us, right, for this gas tax or car tax or whatever. Our roads are fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm seeing their roads now. They're pretty.
A little bit better.
I'm going to take a video, man. I'm telling you.
Post it up. Okay, so what elementary, junior high, high school did you attend out there in South Central?
So in South Central, I went to, well, I lived in the Valley. Well, elementary was Altaloma out here in LA. And then we moved to San Fernando, and I went to Plummer Elementary and then Sepulveda Junior High School, and I stayed there for a few months. Came back and went to Audubon. Okay. And then we moved to Dorsey. Okay. And so Dorsey High School, I didn't last that long. I was a statistic. Got pregnant at fucking what? How old was I? I was a fucking kid. I was 14. Okay. Yeah. So then I dropped out. Yeah, I did the whole statistics. What? It happens. It happens.
Hey, it happens. Growing up, you play any sports?
No sports. It was all music.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask.
Choir. Every single school. They opened up in Plummer Elementary. I was in 5th grade. They opened up the first choir there. When I was there. I signed up. That was it. Every school I went to, I was in the choir.
And now, let me ask you this. Did you already know how to sing, or did you learn how to sing?
No, I mean, we were on our way on one of our trips to Mexico, and I was singing Banda Machos. Okay. I was singing Banda Machos, and I think my brother was the one that mentioned it to my mom. And it was like, she can sing. That was it.
Sabe cómo cantar.
So, yeah, that. He was like, esta sí sabe cantar, you know?
Right.
And well, shit, you shouldn't have told me that, because then I fucking believed it, took it, and ran with it, you know?
Okay. So that's what happened. Growing up, that's pretty much what you did. Did you play any instruments at all?
I started playing instruments. This is a dope-ass story. I started playing instruments. I got into the violin. I got into the flute. But every time I would get an instrument, my mom be like, I would try to play it, and she would scream, like, ya calla esa chingadera, you know, just puro ruido. Right. So then I was like, you know what, man, fuck this. I'm not doing it no more. Right. You know, and so I kind of let go of the instruments part. So I just kept on going with
So what were you doing, like?
It sounded like shit. Like, it was like two cats fighting outside. Straight up. Like, they were in the alley. You know, it was
more like a cat getting raped?
It was that, right? It was pretty fucking wild. So I get it, you know, and the flute was just bad. So, all right, Mom. You know, you can't go against the Mexican mom, right?
Okay, goofy question. Your first job ever?
Oh, shit. I had a fake ID.
Really?
Yeah, and so I was working at a car wash as a cashier, and I was kind of doing accounting for a little bit. Mm-hmm. That was my first job. My brother got it for me, but I had a fake ID.
So how old were you really?
I was 15. Oh, and then my ID, I was 21. That's how I would get into the fucking the clubs.
No shit.
Yeah, yes. I was bad, man. I was just, yeah.
Okay, let me tell you a quick fake ID story that I had. I found an ID, and I thought the guy kind of looked like me. Mm-hmm. But when he took the picture, he like squinched his eyes. So every time I gave the ID, I would do that. Every single time, and people would like. And I got away with that shit maybe for about 6 months. Yeah. And then finally, this guy looked at it. I was trying to get into a strip club. And nice. I was like 17 at the time. And the guy looked at it and goes, so this is you? And he goes, yeah. He goes, you sure this is you? And I go, yeah, my picture's right there. And he goes, so this is you? And I was like, yeah. And I kept like this. Okay? Yeah, I kept squinching my eyes. And that guy goes, how tall are you, man? And I said, I don't know. He said, because I'm 5'11" and you're taller than me. And your ID says 5'2". And I never noticed.
You never practiced the ID?
Yeah, and I mean, what was I supposed to do? You know,
I mean, I grew, man. Like, I took some. Tell him you had like a knee replacement, you know, to get tall. Tell me you weren't wearing shoes, you know, like, I don't know.
He goes 5'2", and I go, oh, okay. Man, I must have given the wrong info. And that guy goes, I'm keeping this, and I lost my fake ID.
No.
Yeah, he kept it.
I would have went to MacArthur and got another one. No, you know what? The guys at the club, he knew. He knew I was not 21. Mm-hmm. And he just would look at me and he'd look at the ID, because I would go to that club a lot. It was the only one that would let me in. And so he would just shake his head. He was like, man, just go.
Did you used to like one of the clubs at a young age?
At that age, yes. I loved it. I was young.
What kind of music were they playing, if you can remember?
I'm going to tell you this. Look, my mom was very overprotective.
Uh-huh.
Okay? I would try to sit outside, to chill out. And she'd be like, ya métete,
Yeah, of course.
Or I would be on the phone, ya cuelga ese teléfono, and so because of that, I'm like, club was the funnest thing ever.
Right.
And so it was deep house. And then they would play like salsas. Because they had it was a 2-story and it had like 3 rooms. And then you had all the hip hops.
Okay.
And then of course the DJ, I knew the DJ, and I was already into music back then.
Okay.
And so I knew the DJ. The DJ was the hip hop, doing the
You said tickle.
So, yeah.
That's dope.
Pretty dope.
Okay, now growing up, what are your first memories of hip hop? What were some of the first songs that you can remember hearing? Like, oh shit, that shit is dope. Like for me, I always say, because it's the truth, I was in 6th grade, it was Rapper's Delight.
Right.
So what was maybe a song or two that you heard that was hip hop?
I mean, to me, I think I grew up a lot with the again, I was going to Audubon and Dorsey. I was hearing a lot of hip hop, like Tupac and Biggie, and P. Diddy was big at that time.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much where I grew up as far as hip hop is concerned.
Okay.
Because
are you a big hip hop fan?
I love hip hop.
Okay.
I love hip hop.
Okay.
And then you have, the R&B. R&B was another thing. Like, I wanted to sing R&B. I started off R&B.
Wow.
But I was working with David Rolas when I started. I was 15, 16 years old when, I got connected with him. And so then, we did a few songs in English and R&B. And so that's when, and it was crazy because I was thinking about this memory yesterday. And David Rolas was like, you're going to sing in Spanish. And so I was like, no, I'm not. ¿Para qué? I'm like, yo no quiero. That was not my idea. It was not. I was going to sing R&B. That was it. I grew up with that. And he said, I was like, well, why? Being feisty as I am, I was like, why the fuck am I going to sing? Back then I was horrible. It was just one of those, like, get the fuck out of here type of attitudes, And so I was like, why the fuck am I going to sing Spanish? Like, I don't want to do that, Dave. Like, why am I going to do that? And he was like, because R&B singers in English come dime a dozen. Spanish doesn't. And so from that point forward, it opened up that, that side of me.
Okay, if I can ask you, give me your top 5 best, it doesn't matter what era, R&B singers.
Oh, man. I'm going to say Aaliyah, Mary J. Blige. That's my girl right there. That's who I grew up listening to. I mean, SWV, who else? There's a bunch
are you a big like Mariah Carey fan?
I like Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey's dope. That girl got, Christina Aguilera.
Okay.
It's just,
Okay.
come on.
What about like a Britney Spears?
I wasn't a fan of hers.
Okay. Would that be considered more pop?
I think it's more pop.
Okay.
I think that's more pop. I mean, she's dope, but I don't know. It was just never my style. I think the two influence that I grew up with was like Selena, and Mary J. Blige. Like those were the two that I would always say. And at school, they would, have us practice gospel music. So
Really?
I got that in me too.
Wow. Okay. Now, Selena, did you watch the Netflix thing?
You know what? I started to, and I have a lot to say on my page when I get there.
You can say it right here.
I'm gonna say it, and I loved it because
Really?
as a true fan, I grew up watching her in the 90s. Okay, and I was like 9 years old. As a fan that have seen her pictures from the very beginning, since she was an 8-year-old to the time she died, I know her looks. I know her variation of looks. I know the 80s music that she did and that she sang and she performed. I was not paying attention to, she was that thin. She did look like that. I know what she looked like, so I appreciated the storyline. That's what a true fan is. We can sit here and pick and point and take out and dissect. For what? I always think about the artist or the performer or the actress, right? Mm-hmm. And I think, like, what is she going through? What is she looking at all these comments? What is she going through when she's doing something to give to the people, right? It's like, but here we are, Raza or whoever it is that are just dissecting and I've seen, and it's like, wow, like, so I can't. So yes, I have not finished it, but I absolutely love it.
That's dope.
I love the storyline.
People that I've asked have all said that they've liked it, but I see the terrible memes on social media.
Yeah.
They're
horrible.
Yeah, they're horrible.
And so I love memes. I'm not going to lie. I laugh, but if we go in deep into it and we kind of analyze, it's not fair.
Did you like the movie when J-Lo played her?
Initially, when it was Glow back then, Glow was a whole different persona. Glow was like everybody else and judged and, oh, fuck that. J-Lo, da-da-da-da, why? There's so many artists from, or actors that can play that and look, But now I sit here and I see all the complaints that are coming out from, we're never going to make people happy.
Never.
Did I own the movie? Yes, I owned the movie. But as I grew as a person, wiser, I think I kind of understood deeper meaning of things. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of see a different perspective now.
Do you enjoy La Bamba?
I love La Bamba.
Dope movie, huh?
I love all the music movies. I absolutely love.
You like Grease?
I like Grease too. I will sit and watch it.
I like Grease.
So yes, I do.
Let's go back a little further. Saturday Night Fever.
Have I watched it? I don't know.
John Travolta, one of my favorite
You know
movies.
what? I watched it, but it's probably have been a long time that it kind of faded out.
That's a really, really good one. I enjoy it because I love the whole disco era because when I was a kid, I was in 4th grade when that movie came out, and I saw all my brothers, both my oldest brothers had afros, okay? And so, but they wore those tight polyester, where you can see your damn bulge and everything. That's how that look. And tight ass disco silk shirts with their, open with that one hair sticking out, wearing cheap ass cologne.
I like the 70s. I love the 70s. I like those eras. I think I like the 70s. I like the 40s, the 50s. Not now, not the 2020s. we can scratch that part, but yeah, I like the older eras.
Okay. Now, we talked about R&B. Any R&B singers out today, maybe within the last 5 years that you like?
You know what? I haven't even sat there and listened to English radio, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I mean, I can't even think right now.
So there's nothing that has actually grabbed your attention?
No. I mean, I just, like I said, Monica, Mary J. Blige, I still listen to them. So anything that comes out from them, Brandy stuff, like I go back to that.
Okay.
I stick with Spanish a lot.
Okay.
For just because again I'm doing Spanish, so.
That'll work. I saw you recently on a video with Seven, if I'm correct.
Seven, yeah, my boy Seven. Yep, that's my homie. We did Muévelo.
Okay.
And pretty dope song with Paris Escobedo.
Okay.
And so yeah, that was something we worked on.
Was that the one? Because he had invited me. They shot it in Compton. Was that the one?
No, we shot that one in the Anaheim Hills, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Anaheim Hills.
Because he had invited me to it.
The recent one, I think that one that just came out. I was supposed to be there.
Okay, probably then.
Sorry, Seven.
So, all good. So listen, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break.
Okay.
When we come back, we're going to start talking about when you first started recording.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, everybody. So listen, we're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. Make sure you guys come back, okay? But before you do that, make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody, and let them know that Gloria Sol is in the motherfucking building. We'll be back 10 minutes.
Profile Records is back, baby, with Miss Sancha's new single titled The Baddest Bitch in the Neighborhood, available on all digital platforms. And don't forget to pick up her classics like Doggy Style, MissSanchaLive.com, and now the Kings of Chicano Rap's classics are on digital platforms like Mr. Sancho, True Player, Little Rob High Till I Die, OG Spanish Fly, Back from the Dead, Proper Dose, Overdose. Oh man, we also got royalties, Coast to Coast, and Mr. Night Owl, King of the West. You know how we do it, baby. Don't forget, the Brown Pride Riders Collection was Volume 5 and the rest of them. And we also got Kid Frost, Till the Wheels Fall Off, baby. And don't forget the Chronica 2013 collection and the best of lighter shade of brown, ODM and double TX, Low Profile Records. We got over 100 CDs now on all platforms. Follow us at lowprofilerecords.com.
Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Back like I never left. Omar Cruz, bringing that real shit back. Check out my new single, He Did That, on Empire BYI. Available on all streaming platforms. New visual out now on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to my channel for exclusive content and updates. Also, make sure to check out my certified classics like The Crucifixion, The City of Gods, and Blow. Available on all streaming platforms. Make sure to follow me on my socials and OmarCruzOfficial.com for merch and upcoming events. And get ready for 2021. We just getting started. Cruise Nation, let's go. And oh yeah, still BY, bitch.
Hey, what's up? It's Doughboy Tony. Make sure you go ahead and tap in with my brand, Seeking New Money. You can follow on Instagram at Seeking New Money. Also, make sure you tap in with my music. You can follow me on Instagram at doughboy.tony.
Havana wines, that mellow Merlot, or that mellow Moscato. Can't forget that Cabernet Sauvignon, 1973. Yeah. At Havana Wines, we provide the wine, you provide the vibes. And whether you chillin' with her or a party of 1,000, pop the cork and let the magic happen. Havana Wines. Drink responsibly. Shout. Vibes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Rick from Rick's Custom, the #1 manufacturer of custom hat racks located in the 805, serving up people nationwide. You're going to get me, Rick from Rick's Custom, for all your custom hat rack needs. Ladies and gentlemen, here's my flagship product. This one right here holds 10 hats, 5 hats on each column. Okay, the way you hang your hat is you fold it in like so, and you hang it in the hook just like that. Again, you get to choose the logo. You get to choose the color of the rack. And I mean, this is great. You get to have a little top shelf. I like to put my lotions, colognes, and a couple other accessories. Comes with nice, beautiful lights. The lights change 16 different colors. I mean, you get total freedom and customization on this. I mean, you just can't go wrong with Rick's Custom. Also, we utilize all of the social media platforms. No restrictions. We use all the apps to take payments. We use all of the postal services. You're going to get me, Rick from Rick's Custom, for all your custom hat rack needs. Yeah, that's right. Rick from Rick's Custom.
Call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this yacht.
You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 118. And this is the podcast that slaps across your fat ass with a fat ass dick. And you know, when Roadium Radio's popping, the panties are dropping. And I'm back here with my guest, Gloria Sol. How you doing?
Good. It was a nice little break, you know.
Yes, sometimes it's good to take a couple of shots, un toque, smoke a joint, and we're back.
Reset.
Yes.
But thankfully, I took a little drink of my little chingon beer, so that's enough for me. But thank you.
Okay, well, if you need another one, I think he has another one in the box, so I think unless he killed it.
Yeah.
So.
I know, right?
So
no, we got more.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about your music. Around what age were you when you first started recording yourself where you can hear yourself play back?
Oh, shit. I was doing the cassette player tapes.
Okay, tell us about that.
I was doing Boys to Men. I don't even, I'll make love to you. I don't even know. But I would, and I would hear oldies. What is it? E-dub. What is the Pocos Pero Locos show? Oldies show. And then I would get the cassettes, put the little paper, I would wet it and put the little paper on
that little slot, yeah.
Right? And so I would stick the tape and erase it, and then I would record myself singing. And so...
All just a cappella?
A cappella. And then after that, I met David Rolas. I met him when I was 16. So I started doing that when I was probably like 13 years old, because I was still at home.
Okay.
I left home when I was about 15, because I was still pregnant. And so I took off. So I was still at home and I was still going to school. So I was doing that. Met David Rolas when I was 16.
Okay.
And so professionally, I was working with him at the studio, at his home studio. And then professionally, because he got signed with Fonovisa at that time. And we did like a professional track. I was probably 19, 18.
Okay. But up to that time, you were just recording with him?
I was recording with him in his home studio.
Okay, so now let's go back to when you first started recording with him. Do you remember your very first session with him?
No, I don't. It's been such a long time. I had so many sessions with him. And I know like people that I'm actually working with right now, we're back at that. That's who I'm working with now. People that would go to that studio sessions, working with them. So it's been so long and repetitive, Right. And so I can't remember what happened that day and what year, what episode that happened.
The reason why I like to ask that is because I always ask an artist this question, and I always get different answers from everybody. You'll be surprised. For an example, when my question to you would have been, when he recorded you and you sang, they played back and you listened, did you like what you heard?
No. I think that as an artist, we second guess our stuff. Even till now, I'm like, does it sound good? Like, I have to ask them, right. I'm working with Bobby Castro. Like, he's talented, right? He does all my music stuff, compositions. And so I have to ask him, like, do you like it? Because as an artist, to me, I feel like I'm too critical. And I criticize my own stuff. And I'm always picking and I can't. It's very impossible. So I have to kind of ask more people like, hey, do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Do you like it? Because if they say yes, it's more of a, okay, I'm over analyzing and I'm over criticizing my stuff. I do it a lot. Okay. I do it a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Now, so now you're recording with them for about, say, 3 years before you guys actually do something that gets released?
Yeah. Okay. So I was recording with him for like 3 years. We made our team circle. And so I think he went off and did, we kind of fell off a little bit, disconnected for a little bit. He got signed with Fonovisa at that time. And so we kind of, again, social media, we reached out, we touched bases, and as soon as we connected, he brought me into that project.
Okay. And how old were you when he brought you?
I was about 8 back again. Yeah. I was like 18, 19.
Okay. So up until then, the recordings that you had done with him, did you show them to others? Like, did you tell me what you think?
Yeah, when we did, a few tracks, I would definitely show them off.
What was the response that you were getting?
People were proud of me, and they were like, oh my God, you're, back then I think, you're recording at a studio. It's like, oh shit, you're doing the band thing, And so I'm like, all right. So I get that response. So of course it helps, it's right. Like, oh, I'm going to keep doing it.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, the response was pretty good.
So now he's signed. He calls you back. You guys do something. He gets released. What was the response that you?
That track was dope because it featured a lot of other artists. So it was a major group, and I was the only female, which did the hook.
Okay.
And you know, the hook is pretty much what people remember.
Yeah,
you know,
what they
they're
sing.
repetitive, right? And so, yeah, it was a dope ass track.
Okay.
It was Nuestro Mundo, I think it was. It's been such a long time.
Okay, and excuse me. Now, when that was released, did you guys release a video for it?
We didn't.
Okay.
We didn't do a video. If I can remember I can't even remember my first video, but it's been a while.
Okay. Now, you release it. Is that still available for people to listen to it today?
They can, yeah. So David Rolas, it's under Un Nuevo Mundo Nuevo, I think it is, and it's one of the last tracks. Okay. So the last bonus track, I remember it was a bonus track that I remember clearly, and it features about probably like 5 different artists and then myself.
Okay.
So 5 different rappers, David Rolas, and then myself.
Okay, now walk us through. That song comes out. What happens next for you? What do you do? Do you stay with him? Do you venture out? Do you start working with other different artists? Do you start recording your own stuff? Yeah. Share with us.
So with that, I start working with other different artists, you know, that's put out. And then, of course, I'm doing different things. Bobby Castro's still in the picture. David Rola is still in the picture. Traction is still in the picture. So our team, we're still around. And so we're all networking. Okay. Right. Bobby Castro does a lot of, underground hip hop and hip hop. So he writes and he does beats. So with that being said, we were putting things out a lot, like just put out. And a lot of people were reaching out. And so that's where I started putting out my name, you know, so doing hooks.
Okay.
And then David Rolas was also still bringing me in to, work with other artists.
Now you were doing, if I'm correct, when you said other artists, are you also referring to rap artists as well?
Artists, hip hop, yeah. Okay. So JP, he's another, Acquid. Okay. I worked with Taboo from the Black Eyed Peas. We didn't really put out the song, and I met him through, through David Rolas. We didn't put out the song, but we still did the song. Kid Frost, I've done a song with. Dolly Girl. A lot of artists.
Okay.
Seven.
Okay. Yes. My boy Seven.
So I've been featured on El Boy. I mean, a lot of artists that are known.
Around what year would you say you started working with hip hop artists or rap artists, if you can remember?
Maybe 2005, 2006.
Okay.
And then on.
Okay, so there's a lot of history, a lot of songs that you've done.
Yep.
Do you ever keep for your own record who you work with? Like, I did this song, I did this song, I did this song.
I do. Really? I do. Yeah, Capone. I mean, if I sit here and I know who I've worked with. Like I will remember who I've worked with and who I've done a track with.
If there's anybody, let's just say, that you would love to work with, doesn't matter what type of genre of music, whether it's hip hop, whether it's R&B or whatever, who would you like, if you had maybe a bucket list, who I would like to sing for or sing with or whatever?
Right. I've always said Vicente Fernandez is one of them.
Okay.
Juan Gabriel, but unfortunately he's not here, right? So that's impossible. In the hip hop world, I mean, shit. You got a lot of dope ass hip hop. I mean, Tupac, but he's not here yet. Fuck. Why do I always go with the dead ones, right? Like, that's toxic.
Well, you know what? It's sad because it's almost like the great ones are gone.
Right? And so, yeah, I think in the hip hop world, I mean, Snoop Dogg's dope,
Right.
I think the OGs, for the most part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you listen at all to, I know this kind of off the hip hop and R&B. Do you like rock music at all?
I like the Eagles. I think I have a different, rock.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's classic rock or what, heavy metal, whatever.
Oh, no, heavy metal, no. That kind of scares me a little bit. It's like, whoa. It confuses me a little bit. But it's dope. I have friends that do heavy metal, and it's pretty dope. Okay. It takes a lot of, to be able to sit there and listen to that type of music. It's pretty strong. But, yeah, I like like old school, the Beatles, you know, just completely off of like our genres that we're used to. Yeah, I do.
If you had a choice to meet only one artist that is no longer with us, whether it's rap, whether it's classic rock, whether it's R&B, whether it's whatever, and you could sit down and talk, have a conversation for 1 hour, who would it be?
It would be Salinas.
Really?
Anything for Salinas. Yeah, that's who I grew up with.
Okay.
You know, I grew up with her music. You know, and it probably sounds cliche because a lot of artists probably say, oh, Selena and Selena and Selena this and Selena that. But you know what? Honestly, that is where I got a lot of my music influence, you know, in the Spanish genre, you know.
Okay.
English genre is probably Mary J. Blige, but it would be her.
Okay,
you know?
her. They said that conversation was so good, we're going to give you another shot. Give me another artist.
So they'll give you a second wish.
Yes, yes.
I would say Juan Gabriel.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's somebody I think my mother would have liked to talk. That was her favorite artist.
I love Juan Gabriel.
Yes.
Juan Gabriel
With me, it's kind of like, this is not in order because I wouldn't be able to like just pick one.
Right. It's hard, right? But you're putting me on that spot. Like, how is that fair? Come on, Tony, get it together here.
And this is not in order, but these three always come to mind. Okay. James Brown.
Yeah.
Okay. I listen to James Brown a lot. I really, really do. I fucking love James Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
I wish I could dance like him, but I can't.
Yeah.
You know, you know, but
it's hard.
I don't think a lot of people can dance like James Brown, but Prince.
Prince is dope.
Prince, but yeah. And then Jim Morrison from the Doors.
Oh yeah, that music is.
But you can't drink. You can't drink, bro. So neither can I.
Against it.
Yeah. But those three is probably who I would like to sit down and talk to.
Yeah.
But now somebody that's alive, who would you like to sit down and conversate with?
I think Vicente Fernandez. Yeah, I see that I lean a lot towards, you know, like the Spanish music.
Okay.
So yeah, I think Vicente Fernandez would be hopefully soon. Wink, wink. And I'm saying that because
you never know.
Bobby Castro has power too. But yeah, my wish.
Okay. Mine, I would love to sit down with Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones is a smart man. That's a wise man. Yeah. You're right.
Quincy Jones.
Did you see the documentary?
Oh my God. Probably one of my favorite ones.
Is it crazy?
I love it.
I watched it too and I was like, whoa, my brain just blew. Like,
if people that have been on here know that that's one documentary that I would say, you got to go see it.
Oh, I watched it.
You know, you got to watch it.
If you do music, definitely, that is one to watch. I totally agree with you.
And it's dope how it started because it started with Dr. Dre.
Yep.
That was so dope.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I totally agree. You kind of put me on the fence right there, yo. Like, come on, chill out. I'm solid on my decisions, but right now you kind of pushed me against the wall. I was like, yo, hold up. Making me think right now. But yeah, he's a very wise man. Okay, so now, have you ever released or sang on somebody's hook or released a song that you regret ever releasing and said? Man, that was a hard. Yeah, there's a.
So while you're answering, I'm gonna get these headphones ready.
Do your thing. I think that we've. That was a hard one. Why is he putting me on the spot, yo? Yeah, it's.
You don't have to give the artist.
No, I'm not. Of course not. No names, yo. But yeah, of course, there's some songs that we're artists, right?
Right.
We're not totally 100% developed.
Right.
Right, and so we're learning. And so when you're learning, you have engineers that are learning or producers that are learning. And so if you guys both are learning, then that shit sounds pretty crazy. So yeah, I do. I definitely, there's some songs that I can say, That
make you cringe when you listen.
It makes other people fucking cringe. Yeah, so yeah, okay. I gotta agree.
That'll work.
Yeah, yes. To answer your question is a yes. Can I have just said yes?
Right, that's it.
But I can't. Yeah, it was a nerve.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and put the number up, and if anybody has any music questions for Gloria Sol pertaining to music, okay, just don't call and ask, hey, can I get your digits or whatever. It's pertaining to music, okay, for Gloria. call us up and anything, and you know.
And so is this where the phone call's coming in?
Yes, the phone call's coming in through there. So once again, the number's up, and if you have anything pertaining to me, do not call and give us your problems. Okay, here we go. All right, let me turn it up. Okay, caller, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry. I think I'm a little day behind. All right, Gloria Sol,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Yeah, good. I'm the one that reposted on your Facebook that you're beyond beautiful.
Thank you so much.
You are beyond
Albert,
beautiful.
what is your Albert? Is that what you're under? I can't remember.
No, my name's I'm Box. I'm Box from the city of Rosemead.
Oh, okay.
I came
I
on the
thought
last,
somebody else said the same thing you just said. That's why I'm like, I remember you. I try to remember people.
Yeah, that's me. And I want to say a cute to Tony A. Thank you for letting me be on the phone call and all that. I was going to ask you one thing. You mentioned Salinas, right? And you mentioned how like you grew up on her.
Yes.
What was your biggest song that you liked about her?
Shit.
Like, what was your song that were you like the biggest one?
You know what? No, that's dope. That's dope because I've always like asked like her music is just crazy, right? But there's this one track, Yo Fui Aquella, and it's a pretty dope track that I actually want to cover one day.
Okay.
And I hope you do. And you'd be great for it. You'd
Thank
be
you
great
so
for
much.
it.
I appreciate that.
You would master it.
Thank you so
much. You would master it, man.
I think I'll fall short just a little bit.
Awesome.
No, it's my niece. My niece for her quinceañera, she played that song.
Oh,
and
so
she
that
wants to sing too as well.
Wow, that's dope. See, hey, the universe speaks, right?
Yeah,
all good, brother. Thank you, man.
Thank you for letting me answer the call, and I'm still tuned in, and I'm gonna watch you guys from here on out.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Muchas gracias. Watch from Rosemead.
All right.
Yes. Okay. Anybody else want to give a call? Let us know, Johnny. Okay, let's go. Caller, how you doing? Your name and where you calling from?
What's up, Tony?
How you doing, brother?
Hey, I'm calling from Watts. I'm Compa Watts. Shout out to Roadium Radio. I love the show, and let's keep it growing.
Thank you.
I got a question for her.
Yep, I'm here.
Gloria.
What's up?
Hey, what's up? Hey, so, what do you like corridos or what?
I love corridos. Claro que sí. ¿Qué pregunta?
All right. That's what's up. Hey, but shout out to you and much love. Them IE foods, they suck, man. That's all I gotta say.
Bye.
All right. Well, let's take one more phone call before we continue. Anybody else? Caller? The number stays up there, so if you want to call and you want to ask her a question pertaining to music, right now is the time.
Love it.
So we'll wait and see.
That's
if
dope.
not, we'll continue. Okay, go ahead. Caller, how you doing, caller? Yo, give us your name and where you calling from.
Nope. Okay.
He got scared and hung up.
Okay, pues.
Okay, let's see if we get one more. If not, we'll continue. So the number's up there, 310-400-1924. That was the year I was born. Okay.
Did you say 20?
You got a caller? Okay, caller, how you doing? You there?
Hey, yeah, what's up, Tony? This is Oscar from Paso Robles. I want to ask the girl, can she sing something alive?
It's up to her. If she doesn't feel like it, because she's a little tipsy right now, too.
Yeah, just a little tipsy.
Well, even better. What's up? Come on, man.
Hey, I love being put on.
Okay, I'll sing something.
Go ahead. Look, Tony's about to take that one up. Watch him.
I love you. You love me.
I love it.
So that's it, brother. That's it, man.
She don't want.
Next time, part 2. All right, brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate the call.
All
right. That's the best you're going to get out of me.
That was fun, yo.
Yes.
That was fun. No, you sounded dope, though. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, it just takes a little warming up, and then I'll get going.
No, that was dope. Shit.
Okay, so now, where were we? I forgot where we were at.
You asked me if who I would like to bring back from the dead.
Yes, exactly. And you said...
We said...
George Washington? No.
George Washington. Maybe Abraham and Lincoln.
Maybe.
Selena, Juan Gabriel.
Yes.
You said Quincy Jones, right?
Quincy Jones is still alive.
Right, but because that was the next part, right?
Right.
And then I said Vicente Fernandez.
Vicente Fernandez, yes.
I'm
Catching
summarizing.
Okay.
From dead to live.
So now, what can the public expect from you going forward? Anything you want to promote, anything you want to push, whatever you've been working on, let us know about it so that people here can follow you in your DM, IG, and if they have any questions, they could DM you your DM. I keep saying DM, your IG.
You just want to be in the DMs.
Yes,
it's understandable.
It goes down in the DM. Yeah,
that's how it starts.
Right. So people can reach you on Instagram. Your Instagram has been popping up. It'll be in the description of the video. But for fans of yours, who are you working with now, or what are you working with, and when can we expect it to come out?
Cool. So right now I'm working, again, I brought him up already, Bobby Castro. He's doing Spanish, corridos, trap corridos, but I'm working with Traction. He's a composer. He composes. And then Traction, Bridge Audio Studio. So my team at the moment, right now, I'm still going back to the Spanish music, but we have a whole different sound with that one. There's probably blues fusion into it. There's like the oldie fusion into it.
Oh, dope.
It's crazy. Like, I can't even put it in words.
So it'll be a different sound than from what you're used to working with?
Super crazy sound. Yeah, because I was doing banda. So I R&B, and then I transitioned to banda. So right now we're definitely coming out with something totally different. Like this sound is not out.
Okay.
So we're fusing different genres together.
So you did R&B, then you did rap.
I did the Chicano rap.
The Chicano rap, and then you did banda.
Banda.
And then now you're coming out with this new sound, if you will.
Totally different sound.
That's dope.
Crazy. Like, we sit here and we try to, like, and we hear it all the time, and we're still kind of like, whoa.
Now, is this a group project or a solo project?
It's a solo project, so it's just myself. But again, I have Bobby Castro's compositions. He writes the music. They're putting in the sounds. They're bringing in other people, instruments or whatnot, just to put that sound together. Traction, he worked on like major artists, Beyonce stuff. Other artists, he's up there. And so I have him as an engineer. And him as an engineer with his ear.
Of course.
It's fucking crazy. Like, I can't even give him what he deserves, as an engineer, because and I don't think he sees it.
You just listen to it and go, forget about it.
I'd be like, fucking A, man. I can't even talk about it. So that's what we're working on right now. During these situation, what we're going through, we're in the studio probably twice a week.
Okay.
Working, and it's just,
awesome.
So.
Now, is this a project that will be released independently, or are you guys going to try to shop it? What are you guys planning?
At the moment, Bobby's handling that part.
Okay.
So, as an independent, we're not really right now, there's nothing coming in. So it's just him. I don't know. I really don't know. I think once we have it at hand, we'll see the response that it gets. We're probably going to release one song with the video.
Okay.
And then see where the response, and then base our decision after that.
When can the fans expect it? Obviously, this year is pretty much almost over.
Right.
So we're talking about.
For sure next year.
Okay, for sure next year.
So maybe, maybe mid-year.
Okay. And can the fans expect a EP album or just an album, or?
It'll probably be an EP album.
Okay.
To start.
Okay, that'll work. And of course, visuals.
Of course, definitely.
Awesome.
We got to.
Awesome.
That's an automatic right there.
And these days, people are making videos off their cell phones. So.
Exactly, and that's what we're trying to do,
Awesome.
But no, we're definitely visuals are gonna be to the extreme.
Now, and is this English and Spanish, or?
You know what? We're actually talking about that, and I think we're gonna have actually English into it.
Okay.
We're gonna have another, probably other songs that are in English.
Okay.
With the same type of genre, because it has this. It's crazy, dude. It has this New Orleans blues, jazz mix into it. It's fucking crazy.
And maybe you don't have to give out the names, but if you don't want to, are you gonna have any kind of features on it?
We really haven't got to that.
Okay.
Maybe. Maybe we probably will. But we really haven't got to that part. I think right now we've been so focused on trying to get my project off, you know, because I've been doing music for so long. Right. And so they're like, right now we need to focus on you, get this going, you know?
Okay. So you're focusing on this one EP that will be released next year. Let me ask you, just in case rappers right now are listening and want to hire you, are you still open to work?
Yeah. They would definitely, I would send them to Bobby since he's the one that's really managing all the, you know, as far as doing music. But yeah, we're definitely open to working with other artists. I mean, that's how I started, you know, it's doing music with other artists. So we're open to that.
Okay, so just to let you guys know, I know her IG's up on the screen and it'll eventually be on the description after this video is posted. So if you guys want to get at her, maybe she can direct you to her manager once you follow her, DM her, let her know you guys are interested and go from there.
Yep. Sounds good.
Okay. Yep. Now, anything that I didn't ask you, anything that you wanted to bring up that we didn't, because we're coming to the close of this interview?
No, I think you did a pretty good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pretty good job. I think it was pretty solid and closed up. So
that'll work. At this time, any shout outs? Nope. You can take your time.
You know what? Just all the people that have been supporting me. Thank you. Because I get a lot of support. And it means a lot, especially when they're hitting me up and they're like, oh, glow this, glow that. You know, it means a lot. If you guys like it, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So thank you. That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes that's kind of good because if you give out names and then you forget one name, they put you on the shit list.
Se enojan.
Se enojan.
Se enojan. No se enojen.
And then after a while,
decir nombres.
And then after a while, they'll be like, she couldn't even sing anyways.
Esa güey no sabe cantar. She needs singing lessons. Don't worry, I'm used to that shit. Bitch, she can't sing. You need singing lessons. I know. Don't worry about it. I'm going to still do it.
Nah, I mean, okay. Other than that, well, you know what? Let me tell you, thank you very much for giving me the honor and the privilege to sit with you and interview you.
Thank you.
And I always tell everyone this, that whenever you blow the fuck up, just come back and give us another interview.
If you invite me, I would be more than happy to come over here and sit down. I don't care how blow up I get. If you invite me, I'll be here. You got modelos or what is this? El Chingon beer? Hey, I'm here.
I'm here. Hey, you know what's crazy?
What?
Baby Boy Slim just walked in the building.
No way.
Yeah, he just walked in.
Wow.
He's here.
Oh, he is here.
Yes.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. So I can't wait to see his stuff.
Hell yeah. Okay, everybody. We'll be back in 10 minutes. We're going to take I think I got like a monster buzz. I don't know. Something happened right now.
He took some beer.
Yeah. So make sure you call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Gloria Sol is in the motherfucking building. And we'll be back with Baby Boy Slim. Tune in. Call somebody.
What is going on, everybody? My name is JD Diaz. I am here to invite you to subscribe to my channel, Planet SON Film Productions. Now, who am I? I am a filmmaker who was born in Los Angeles and raised in San Diego. I am also a United States veteran who served 10 active duty years in the United States Air Force, which includes 7 years overseas and 3 years on the East Coast, and also 4 tours to the Middle East, which include Iraq and Afghanistan. Now, I have a variety of segments on my YouTube channel, Planet SON, which include random military stories that I tell from my experiences in the military. I also do interviews, vlogs, and I mukbang. So it's easy to be a part of the Planet SON family. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel. Hopefully you become a part of the Planet SON family. I appreciate your time. Thanks.
Hey there, thank you for watching. This is Crystal with Pretty and Nude Bay Area Boutique. That's right, ladies, I'm servicing to you. That way you can look fun, sophisticated, and sexy all day, every day, girl. So come get your outfits. Right now, we're carrying all major outwear, dresses, jeans, jumpsuits, tops, activewear. That's right, ladies. So I got you even for the gym and loungewear. That way you can quarantine safely and comfortably at home. Again, I'm servicing to all major cities and expanded our shipping domestically throughout the U.S. Spend anything over $75, you're going to get UPS priority 2 to 3 day shipping. Okay, ladies, come and find me, ladies. I got you. Also, please use code Roadium Radio to save at checkout to save you some coin. Okay, ladies. Also follow us on Instagram, Pretty and New 31. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for supporting small Latina business owners. Si se puede.
Hey, what's up, Roadium Radio fans? I'm Theo Danny, and I want to invite you all to listen to the Theo Danny Oldie Radio Show. If you're in Tucson in the downtown area, you can listen on your radio at 99.9 FM, KMKR. Anywhere else, you can stream the show online at zerocraft.org/listen. That's Zerocraft spelled with an X. You'll hear those old blues, the doo-wops down to the 50s, and classic soul from the 60s and 70s. You can listen every Tuesday at noon till 2 p.m., and every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. Those times are Mountain Standard Times. Again, you can listen online at zerocraft.org/listen. You can also visit Theo Danny on Instagram at Theo Danny Oldies. I'll see you guys on the radio. Until then, keep those oldies alive.
Hey, how you doing? It's me, Little Easy E, Eric Wright, and a lot of you know me, know I like to smile. And to thank for my beautiful smile, I want to thank Occidental. That's Occidental Hollywood. So check this out, for all your dental needs, be sure to come to them, because they'll be there to take care of you. That's Occidental in Hollywood. Check them out.
Attention dog breeders, dog owners, and dog lovers. We are a family-owned, locally operated brown business right here in the harbor area of Los Angeles, Southern California. We transport and relocate pets locally out of state, and our specialty coast to coast. Breeders, we ground transport your puppy to your buyer while you stay at home stress-free. If you are an owner and you are moving out of state, let us take care of your dog and meet you at your new home. On the road, we stay in pet-friendly hotels, so when they reach their new destination, they are clean and well-rested. If you are a dog lover looking to buy a puppy from a breeder but don't want to make that long drive, we got you. We transport pups by crate safe and sound. Some clients allow their adult dogs to ride crate-free in our brand new spacious Sprinter van. We feed them, walk them, send photos and videos, and share our location via Google Maps, so you can see us cruising in real time. Check us out on Instagram at 2Live Drive in LA, or give us a call at 424-378-9471.
Call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.
You got it locked on Roadium Radio.
Roadium Radio. Roadium Radio. Roadium Radio.
Welcome back, everybody, to Roadium Radio, episode 118. And without further ado, I'm not going to take too long, but we're going to go ahead and jump right into it with none other than the one y'all been waiting for, Baby Boy Slim. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, I'm fabulous. I'm fabulous.
No, I'm fabulous. You trip.
That's a good one. How was your drive coming over here?
The fucking traffic was awful.
Well, that's LA traffic.
I know. And you know what? I should have known better because I thought I was going to have my timing better, but I was just like, fuck, like, we're just going to get stuck in this traffic. And I was thinking of everything. I was like, fuck, there's going to be an accident. There's going to be something. But no, it was smooth.
But you're here. That's all that matters.
But I'm here. And I got here on time enough to eat.
Yes. Okay, we're going to backtrack a little bit, okay? Because a couple of days ago, you called in when Miss Lovely was here. You called in, you gave her flowers, how you doing and everything. And I said, hey, what's up? How you been? Blah, blah, blah. We kind of conversated a little bit. Someone else called, and there were some words. I don't really want to get too into it. If you guys want to see it, go back and look at that episode. And then you called back. There was no disrespect from your end, you know. And we talked the very next day, me and you did. And I said, hey, there's an opening. Because we usually have days booked, well, episodes booked for like a month and a half ahead of time.
Right.
But we had several cancellations. And usually when someone cancels, many of them either cancel the day of or the day before. So I hit you up and I said, there's an opening. I would love to get you on here and talk, you know. So we're here today. So I'm glad you're here.
Thank you.
So today is Wednesday, and I always like to backtrack till Friday. How was your weekend?
Yeah, pretty uneventful, to be honest with you. Just working.
Really?
That's pretty much it. I recently went back to school.
Okay.
So I'm trying to, you know, balance out the two. Because right now with the whole COVID situation, I work in retail. So my job was affected a lot. So they just continually cut our hours. But I think that's with everybody right now.
Yeah, it is everybody. You know, I like to say that fucking 2020 or this pandemic has been like the ultimate cock blocker. You can't do shit.
You can't, but the way that I see it, when something bad happens, you gotta look outside of a different window.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what I did. I was like, okay, because before COVID, I was actually really, really busy. I was working basically like almost like full time. But after COVID, they cut hours and shit like that. And I was like, well, fuck, what am I going to do with all this free time? I mean, obviously I got my music, but I was like, you know what? I never finished high school. So let's just go back to high school. And
oh, shit.
That's what I did.
Okay. Okay. Like for me, I know a lot of rappers that are very active on the tours.
Yeah.
And now they're just home. And that's what I was meaning. Like it blocked their money.
Hustle.
Yeah, their hustle. And none of them work. You know, everything's all performing, and that's where they make their money.
Yeah.
You know, some make up to 5 G's to 10 G's a show, and with that money not coming in, shit. But I'm glad you see the things on the brighter side, because this is where we got to learn, if you will, a new hustle.
Yeah.
You know, coming out of this pandemic, you better have learned something new.
Exactly.
You know, but other than that, where originally are you from? Like, where did you grow up at?
So I was born and raised there. Not exactly in Boyle Heights, but more like the surrounding area. So And then I did live in Pasadena for about 2 years before we moved back to that area. So pretty much been in that area my whole life. But I venture here and there, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I have an older brother and older sister that just like moved away, you know, once they started having kids, because they just didn't want to be living in like a violent environment, you know?
Yeah.
So,
okay.
Can't blame them.
Did you go to elementary, junior high, and high school, you know, out there in Boyle Heights?
Pretty much.
Okay. Yeah. For those that may want to know a little bit more about you, where did you attend elementary, middle school, and high school?
Okay. So I'm going to keep it real with you. Certain things I don't want to say out in public. Like, I don't want to reveal where I went to high school. Like, nobody online really knows a lot about me, such as like my name is out there, but other than that, my age, you know, where exactly I live.
Right.
And I don't want to like go into like what schools I went to and stuff like that, because people be nosy.
Okay.
And I know that I'm a controversial artist in the genre that I am. So I do that out of the safety for myself and the safety for my family.
Okay.
You know, so.
That's understandable.
Yeah, it's just going into the industry, I learned from like, you know, people that have been helping me and stuff. They're like, you know what? Because of who you are and what you're repping right now, they're like, I would just, you know, lay low on certain things just so that it's harder for people to look you up and find out personal information about you. So, oh, excuse me. So yeah, certain things I just don't put out there.
All good. All good. Okay. So now, growing up, if I'm correct, in a Mexican family?
Yes.
Okay. What type of music would you say you were raised with? What type of music possibly your mother, your father played as you were growing up?
So growing up, mainly the only person that played music in the house was my dad. And he used to actually play a lot of disco. That's the one thing that I used to remember. He used to play a lot of disco. We didn't really listen to the radio, and none of us actually did until like I went into elementary school. That's when I started listening to Kiss FM. But before that, my dad listened to a lot of disco. On my dad's side of the family, he actually has, I don't remember if it's a cousin, I think it is a cousin that actually works with El Mariachi Vargas.
Okay.
And when they would actually come out here to the States to do a couple shows, we would actually go. So that's how I was introduced to mariachi, basically.
Oh, okay. Of
And what else? My dad listened to like Rigo Tovar, Pepe Aguilar. Obviously, we grew up on Selena as well.
Yeah.
You know, Selena was more from my mom's side.
Okay.
And then Ana Gabriel, you know, so it was a lot more just like chill, like mellow music, except for, I guess, the only crazy thing was just disco. And my dad used to listen to like an electronic group, which I had never heard of, but he had this one CD, it was called Poli March.
Okay.
I had never heard of him. I've never even seen him like elsewhere, but apparently it was like a really famous DJ from Oaxaca.
Really?
Back in the early 80s or late 80s. I don't remember exactly. But he only had that one CD and the music was just bumping. So I remember I would just bump that shit and
no shit.
I was like, fuck, I'm gonna fucking grow up on drugs or something. Right?
Yeah, was it just like instrumental music or what was it?
No, it was basically like a mix of instrumentals and then also like other songs that, to be honest, I never knew what they were, but it was like a DJ mix.
Okay.
So he would take songs from other artists, and just the way that he would mix them, like the transitions were flawless.
Oh, the blends.
The blends were just like immaculate. So I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. But funny enough, as I got older, I didn't really get into electronica or anything like that.
Oh, okay. Now, you play any instruments growing up?
Hell no.
For real?
I think at one time my dad tried to get me to take guitar lessons, but I think I did do like 1 or 2 lessons and I got frustrated and I quit. And I just, you know, like, I'm not even gonna lie, I think I cried to my dad and I was like, no, I don't want to play. But my sister ended up taking violin.
Okay.
So my dad basically was like, okay, well, fuck you. Well, you're going to go play violin now.
All right.
So I was like, okay, cool. As long as it's not me.
There, huh? Any sports growing up?
No.
No
sports, although like my dad watches a lot of soccer. And personally, I never really got into sports. It's just, I don't know, to me it's kind of boring watching it on TV, and I'm just like, okay, I have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm the typical gay person. like especially when it comes to sports. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on and stuff like that. But later, I got into a relationship, and this guy was just all about soccer.
Okay.
And he played soccer himself. So at the start of our relationship, we would go to his soccer games, and it's a different experience actually being at an event than watching it at on TV at home. So I actually got into soccer, but as long as I'm there, if I'm there having a beer, then it's cool, and then I get into it. But if it's at home or whatever, I'm just like, whatever, what's next?
Okay, you ever attended a football game, baseball game, or basketball game?
I've been to a couple Dodgers games.
How did you enjoy that?
They're cool. I don't like the beers being thrown.
Oh, okay.
It's the same thing with the soccer games and stuff like that. But Dodger games they're always iconic. But yeah, that was way when I was 15, 16, 17. I think my last Dodger game I was 19.
Okay.
I don't even remember who they played against, because that day when we went to that game, I was actually crossfaded. So I don't even remember the experience. I just see the horrible pictures that we took that day. So I was like, fuck.
You're like, that was me?
No, that wasn't me. I don't know who the fuck that was, but it wasn't me.
All good. Okay, you know what? Now let me ask you this. What do you like to watch, if anything, on TV? I'm a big movie guy. I love documentaries. I love sports. Sometimes, every once in a while, I like to watch cartoons still, believe it or not. I like movies like Aladdin, the old school, Disney movies. What do you like to watch on TV whenever you do have time?
To be honest, nowadays I don't really watch TV.
Okay.
Just because we have the internet, so it's what's the point? Anything that's on TV you can pretty much find on the internet. But I do like cartoons still. The one cartoon that I really love is SpongeBob. I love SpongeBob, but I like the old cartoons. I like the old school Tom and Jerry.
Yeah.
I like the Jetsons, the Flintstones. I grew up watching those cartoons. The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. My mom had no idea that The Simpsons was more of a mature cartoon. Mm-hmm. But, when you're little, you really don't get those jokes or whatever. I just like them. But I'm a big movie person as well. Okay. I love films, and I'm really criticón.
Okay.
If I see something wrong with a movie, I nitpick. I'm not those annoying people that when you take to the movies and they're all loud, that didn't really happen or whatever. I'm not those type of people. I'll tell you after the movie. But I love horror movies. More than anything, I love horror films.
I love horror movies too. Okay. Okay. Before I ask you to give me your top 5 movies of all time, give me some of your classic horror movies that you just like. That's my shit right there.
So number 1 would be The Exorcist.
Shit.
That is my number 1 horror movie. Because to me, what really stuck to me about that film was all the work that they put into it. Mm-hmm. And before I even got into rap, I wanted to go into filmmaking.
Really?
That was my number 1 interest. And horror was my main genre, obviously. Right. So I did a lot of my homework on movies and stuff like that. And I also like films that are based on real events or that are inspired by real events. So when I found out that movie was inspired by a true event, I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
But I just love that even to this day, it still freaks people out.
It does.
And that should let you know the impact that a film actually has.
I saw it when I was 6 years old at a drive-in theater, and it fucked me up. It really, really fucked me up. And it didn't help that it almost seemed like every other week, my mom would take us all to the drive-in so that we can watch it, because she wanted to watch it. And we were all in a station wagon with the speaker hanging over, the window, and she's bumping, and all you hear is, who in the fuck wants to hear that,
Oh my God.
Yeah, as a 6-year-old boy, I'm like this, and I'm terrified. Today, I still cannot see that movie, man.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. I still cannot see that fucking movie. It still fucks a lot of people up. It does.
It really does, because you know what? It deals, I think, with faith. I think that's the one thing that freaks people out, is that it really does deal with faith. To me, the scariest part of that movie was not the actual exorcist or the whole demonic shit. It was basically the torture that they were putting the that they were putting Reagan through to try to figure out what the hell is wrong with her.
When they were going to the hospital?
To the hospital and doing all those tests. That's what actually freaked me out.
Okay, I guess because they were looking more for a scientific answer.
True, and that's what I liked, because you know in movies nowadays it's like, you know, somebody, I don't know, like falls, bumps their head, and automatically, oh my god, he's gonna develop some supernatural powers or some stupid bullshit, you know. But that's what I liked about that actual film, is that it dealt more. You saw more about the fear of the mom, like what the hell is wrong with my kid. And then now, as I'm getting older, I place myself in her shoes, and I'm like, fuck, what if that was my child?
Yeah.
Like, would I actually believe, like, you know, that she's possessed, or would I keep taking her to a hospital, doctor after doctor after doctor, to try to figure out what the hell's wrong with her?
Okay. I'll tell you another movie that freaked me out back in the day was The Omen, the original one.
Oh, the original Omen?
The Omen. Yeah, that one freaked me out. No, but give us a couple of more movies that you like.
So another movie that actually freaks me out is Jaws.
Really?
Yeah, I refuse to go to the beach. Well, I go to the beach, but I refuse to go in the water because of that movie.
Still now?
Still to this day. I have a huge fear of, like, the ocean.
Okay. See, I can understand that, because when I was a kid, we've never saw anything like that, okay? I was even afraid to take a crap because I would look down at see, because there was water there.
Yeah.
Even to the point where I was afraid to take a bath, so I would shower. And that's the damn truth. That's the impact that movies had on us, you know? But obviously, it still has the same impact on you. You know?
Yeah, like I saw that movie, I think when actually I was 7, the first time that I saw that movie.
Damn, so it still fucked you up.
It still fucked me up, and to be honest, it still fucks me up to this day, because it's not a person in a hockey mask, you know. It's Michael Myers. It's not Michael Myers. It's nature.
Right. Okay.
It's nature, and nature's very unpredictable. So that movie fucking to this day, like, I get very afraid to go into the water. I don't think I've ever been in a boat. Have I? No. No, and I refuse. I have, like, a fear of the ocean.
Okay. Give us another movie.
You know what? I mean, it's not a horror movie, but I think it ties into my fear of the ocean. Titanic.
Really? Mm-hmm. Fuck. Okay. The way the movie explained it, I think the boat broke in half, correct? Is that the way it happened?
It did.
And then the tip of it just pretty much just went up? Okay. Even in the movie, you know, there was lights while people were sliding down. They had light, okay? But we don't really know what it really or how it happened, if they even had lights to begin with, you know,
right?
Except by what do you call those people? People that survived and saw it, because I'm sure that motherfucker was dark in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
so fucking dark. And just to hear the screams and the yells and everything, and the people that survived, how do you live after that torment?
Honestly, I'd be fucked up.
Yeah.
I would be fucked up. Like, my ex actually wanted to go on a cruise. Like, he was always telling me, hey, we should go on a cruise. And in particular, an Alaskan cruise. I'm like, fuck, like, you trying to take me on a fucking boat where there's fucking ice? Like, get the fuck out of here. And I was just like, no, because I remember he would be like, well, shit like that don't happen anymore. And then the fucking Costa Concordia sank off to fucking Italy or wherever the fuck. And I was like, you see, like, that's motherfucking history repeating itself.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, fuck that. Like, but yeah, what freaked me out about Titanic is the fact that it's actually a historical event.
Yeah.
Real people fucking died. And, you know, to me, any tragedy is horrifying. Like the September 11 movies freaked me out too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not afraid to fly, but I'm not gonna lie and say that I don't get nervous, you know, getting on a fucking plane. And regardless, it's not about, you know, how it happened, it's just, you know, the fact of, like, dying.
No, you're absolutely right, you know, because I've flown for years, okay? At least 30 years of flying. And I don't like being somewhere where I can't leave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I feel that way, and I've been through all kinds of fucking turbulence. I'll give you one example. We were on the way to Chicago, and we had very fucking bad turbulence, and this turbulence wasn't up and down like this. It was almost side to side. Fuck. And it was fucking terrible. And then there was this old man, like old, right in front of us, and he was going the whole time, we, let's go down. Even the stewardess were pretty much, you know, in their seats. The whole fucking time until finally somebody said, "Shut the fuck up."
Damn, if I was you, I would have been like, "What the fuck are you on? Give me some."
He was like, let's go down." Like, and the whole time I'm like this, you know. I became a born again believer right there, you know. And
he was ready to go. He lived his life.
He was ready to go. He was ready to go, and then finally some dude goes, "Shut the fuck up." You know, I'm gonna fuck you. Like, threatened his ass. And he goes, "What's the problem?" He was an old man, and
oh, hell no.
Yeah, so, yeah, but it was really, and I'm talking about turbulence for at least almost an hour. It was terrible.
I would have died. I would have just died.
Yeah. So.
We echado un pedo and fucking killed half the people on the plane anyways.
That was a good one. Okay, my all-time five favorite movies, probably not in order, but Gladiator is my shit. I love Gladiator.
A good movie.
Okay, I love Gladiator. I love Carlito's Way.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I love Passion of the Christ. I would probably have to throw in...
Is it bad to say that that movie scared me too?
Really?
Passion of the Christ.
Really? What was it about it that scared you?
The viciousness.
Yeah.
Like the brutality, because I've always had like a conflict with religion and stuff like that, so I normally try not to talk about it. I mean, do I believe that it happened? Absolutely. You know, but it's just what I question, I guess you would say, is like how it actually happened. But
Right.
I don't doubt that he went through like horrific pain and torture, you know?
Yeah.
That I don't doubt. Like that movie actually did like, you know, touch me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's a really brilliantly well done film.
Yeah, yeah. I'll tell you another one that I liked, and it probably wasn't in my top 5, but I will put it up there, Apocalypto.
Oh, that movie's dope.
Yes, a really, really good movie. Apocalypto, and there was another one that was just right.
You know what pisses me off though?
What's
People
that?
like always mistaking the people in the movie for Aztecs.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? I'm educated. I'm not even gonna say anything. Like you can learn on your own.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. That one was one of my favorites, and oh man, there's just so many because I'm a huge movie buff. I still collect Blu-rays. I love hard copies, so I still buy a lot of fucking movies. But what's that one with Mel Gibson? The one where he's an Irishman, if I'm correct.
Oh,
Braveheart.
Braveheart, yeah.
That's another good ass movie. So I like those kind of movies. So, but now let's get a little bit into the music. Around what age would you say you were introduced or you heard rap and you liked it?
Well, when I first heard rap, it was when I was like around 11 or 12, like I said, when I started listening to Kiss FM, the radio.
Okay.
But that's what you would consider like, you know, the mainstream rap. So obviously it was, you know, it was different than Chicano rap. So I didn't even know Chicano rap existed until I was 13, when I went into high school.
Okay.
So I was just pretty much listening to what I was on the radio. And then when I went into high school, I had come out of the closet. I came out of the closet when I was 12.
Okay.
And I did that on purpose because around that time I wasn't a perfect student, but I had decent grades.
Okay.
But around 11 or so, when I hit puberty, that's when I noticed that I started having attraction for boys instead of girls. So I went into a depression, and then my grades just started spiraling. So I remember we had this test that we had to do. I failed it miserably, and then my teacher was just like, finally, you know what? Go to the counselors. I didn't know what for, but apparently my teachers thought that something was going on at home. And so when I spoke to the counselor, I told her what was up. You know, I was like, you know what, like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I think I have a crush on this kid in my class, blah, blah, blah. And then my counselor was just like, oh, you're just gay. That's okay. Like, I was just like, I was confused, you know? So
Right.
I didn't know what that meant. I mean, obviously when you're little and stuff like that, you'll just be like, you know, don't do that, that's gay or whatever. But for me, I didn't know what that meant. You know,
Right.
I just thought it meant like, that's stupid, which to some people it does or whatever. So after that, the school, my school actually hired a professional like psychologist.
Yeah.
that came in from the county. They talked to me because they just wanted to make sure that everything was good, you know, that I wasn't being hurt at home, blah, 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 blah. So I just told them, you know, and then my psychologist was like, so do you want to tell your parents, or do you, you know, like, what do you want to do?
Right.
And my way of thinking back then was like, I want to tell my parents because legally they can't kick me out of the house, you know? So I was just like, yeah, let's just tell my parents. So they set up a meeting, and then I basically came out to my mom and dad. Funny enough though, my dad was not the one who had a problem with it. It was my mom.
Really?
So I kind of like had for the longest time like a really strained relationship with my mom.
Okay.
But I became my dad's favorite.
Okay.
And then my sisters hated me for it, but sorry, bitches. But yeah, like my dad was, I was actually surprised because my dad was, he wasn't homophobic, but he was just, how do you explain it? Oh, they're gonna kill me when I get home. They were like really like loving parents.
Okay.
They just never really paid attention to us. I mean, my dad always worked, my mom worked. I can't say that they were bad parents, but they were definitely not attentive.
Okay.
You know? Okay. So we were always kind of doing our own thing, and then they, you know, would do their own thing or whatever. But after I came out, me and my dad got a lot closer.
Mm-hmm.
And he would tell me, you know, like, I just want you to be safe. Don't do nothing stupid. I remember the first thing that my dad told me was like, okay, you know what? If you're gay, that's cool and all, but you got to learn how to respect. And I was just like, me? And he's like, yes, you got to learn how to respect, you know? And so my dad basically told me to just treat everybody with respect,
right.
Pero tampoco que no me dejara,
sí.
You know? So fast forward to high school, I had already came out to all of my classmates and stuff like that, and I basically went into high school a loner. But at the same time, I was never really a social person. I've always kind of kept to myself because of like, you know, since my parents were not that attentive, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna just do me, you know, and just keep to myself. So when I went into high school, I didn't really talk to nobody. You know, it was the occasional like, oh, hey, what's up to the, you know, my previous classmates. And then I remember, I don't remember what class it was, but I sat in the back. I think it was actually my world history class. I sat in the back of the classroom, and in front of me, to my left, and then in front of her, there were these three cholas. And so we didn't really talk, but, you know, they would talk among themselves. And then I slowly just, they would be like, oh, hey, what's up? You know, started talking to me. And I'd be like, oh, not much, you know, just chilling, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So we would just start slowly talking. And then one day they invited me to a kickback. And so we went down to East Los. And then that was like my first hood party, like my first, like, you know, backyard party. I was so fucking scared because when I got there, all you see are fucking cholos and like, you know, homie types. And I'm just like, I'm gonna die.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm gonna fucking die. And so, but everybody was cool. They were just asking, oh, hey, what's up? And they're like, you know, who are you? So, you know, I just introduced myself, like, oh, my name's Adrian, what's up? And then my homegirl, Reina, who was the one who invited me to the party, she's just like, oh, yeah, that's my boy, you know, we're in class. And right away, they just treated me like family, you know? But they didn't know that I was gay because at that point, I still hadn't told the homegirls. So eventually, as we started kicking in more and stuff like that, then they basically, you know, started asking questions and stuff like that. So I admitted to them. I was like, yeah, I'm gay. And they're like, oh my God, that's so cool, you know, blah, 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 blah. So they're actually the ones who got me into doing my makeup.
Okay, okay.
I remember one time we were drunk off Mad Dogs, and then for whatever reason, Reina thought it was going to be a good idea for me to do eyeliner. She's like, let me give you a wing, ese. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, fine. So I just like passed out on the bed and she like did the wings, and it was funny, but at the same time, like I liked it. I was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
You know, before we go to break, I want to bring something up because we talked on the phone a couple of times, okay? Yeah. And one thing that I made clear, not a respect, I asked you, if there's anything you don't want to talk about, please let me know, okay? Because I don't want to be out of line, and the last thing that I ever want to do is feel like I'm walking on eggshells with you. I want to be able to be upfront with you. And if there's anything that you don't want to answer, then we'll go to the next question. You know? So you said you came out and you told your dad, you came out of the closet. Those were your words, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Prior to then, did you ever like girls?
No.
Okay, so you felt an attraction to.
And that's the thing is that that was before I hit puberty.
Okay.
I don't think any child before they reach puberty is thinking about being, attracted to someone of the opposite sex. I know there's as adults we'll be like, oh, you like her, when they're little and stuff like that, but they don't know what that means. But no, I was never attracted to any girls at any time.
Okay.
I hooked up with them. I hooked up with this one girl one time, but I was crossfaded. And that was the end of that.
Okay.
It didn't go down like how you think it did though.
Right.
But yeah, no. Honestly, my attraction for guys started as soon as I hit puberty.
Okay. The reason why I asked is because for me, I remember 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, I was constantly attracted to women. That's
crazy.
Yeah, it is. And damn, I think I even remember some of their damn names. Like, seriously.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so when you said...
Can we go to break now?
Yeah, 11 or 12, I was like, but were you at all afraid to share that with your family?
I was, because since I didn't have that communication with my parents, I didn't know how they were going to react.
Yeah. Did it take a long time for your mother to open up, maybe to talk to you about it? Did she ever?
Even to this day, we still really don't talk about it. Like, our relationship is better, but see, the problem I think with me and my mom is we're too similar. Okay. We think alike. Our personalities are too similar, so I think that's why we clash so much.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, you know what's crazy though? Right now that you said that, I actually think that when I was younger, I did have an appreciation for a girl's beauty, if that makes sense. Like, I'll be like, oh, I like her hair. I think she's pretty, she's cute, but it was never in like
attraction, maybe?
Yeah, it was never in like an actual like attraction. It was just more of like complimenting, I guess you could say.
All right, that'll work. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and take a 10-minute break. We're going to come back and we're going to talk about your music, your recording, and, anything else you want to talk about.
All right, cool. Sounds good.
Okay, everybody. Once again, call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Baby Boy Slim is in the motherfucking building. We'll be back in 10 minutes. So go warm up that top ramen and get yourself a couple of modelos and be back in 10 minutes. You'll call somebody, text somebody, slap the shit out of somebody. Let them know that Roadium Radio is live up in this biatch.